Welcome to the beginner's class for sciatica and foot pain. Thank you so much for joining me here today. You will need a strap and 2 blocks. We're going to start standing. If you don't have a block, you can also use a step. We're going to do a nice deep ankle stretch so you can place the ball of one foot onto the block or the step and gently press the heel down, bending into the knee and leaning slightly forwards to apply a little bit more pressure into the stretch. And then slowly swapping sides, keeping a nice straight posture in the spine and just leaning into the stretch, bending the knee, enjoying the stretch in the Achilles tendon. And slowly coming out, we're going to lift one knee, hug it into the chest, and start to twirl the ankle one way and then the other. Slowly swapping sides, hug the knee up, open up the ankle a couple of times in both directions. Hug it in a little bit tighter and then slowly release. Grabbing the 2 blocks, we'll do a couple of Pilates roll downs. The blocks act as weights. Feet go hip distance parallel, soft bend in the knee, and tuck the tailbone. Inhale, find length in the spine, and exhale, slowly unstack one vertebrae at a time. Allow the arms to drop heavy with the weights and only go halfway. Allow the neck to soften. Allow the tailbone to aim to the ground as well as the crown of the head. You can make soft, small circles with your arms just to make sure there's no tension in the arms. And slowly roll back up, restacking the vertebrae. Rolling the shoulders a couple of times just to feel the shift. As we exhale and go for the second round, head heavy, arms heavy, tailbone heavy. And once again, creating soft, gentle circles. Close the eyes and breathe into the rib cage. Really allow the ribs to expand. And gently contract with every exhale. We're going to inhale, come back up to standing, and then we'll do one last round. On your next inhale, find length, and on your exhale, rolling down. Halfway, pull the belly back to support the lower spine. Arms heavy, head heavy, and once again breathing into the lower middle back area where you're probably feeling a lot of tightness. Inhale to come up to standing. Take one breath here in Tadasana mountain pose. And you can place the blocks to the side. Oh no, we're going to use them. We're going to do halfway flat back tabletop cat-cow. So we're starting on an exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, dropping the belly. lifting the head, and exhale, chin tucks, tailbone tucks. Inhale, drop the belly, allow the sitting bones to lift. Exhale, rounding the whole spine. Now really pay attention to the pelvic movement here. I really want you to feel that your pelvis is creating this movement. We'll do a couple more. Inhale, opening the back, and exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, dropping the belly, opening the heart. And last one, exhale, cat stretch. Coming back to a neutral spine. And folding forwards this time from the hips. So you can either bring the blocks on a lower level, or you can remove the blocks altogether and bring the hands to the floor if that's comfortable and accessible to you. Once again, release the tension in the arms. I'm moving my head from side to side to make sure I'm releasing all the tension in the neck. And just focus on long, deep breaths. Next, we're going to step the feet out, plant the hands down into a downward facing dog, inverted V. If your heels don't touch the floor, don't worry about it. And then bending into one leg at a time, stretching into one leg at a time. Move slowly and mindfully. On your next exhale, slowly moving forwards, bring the knees to the floor onto all fours. And then just circle out one knee to open up and release that hip. A couple of times into one direction and a couple of times into the opposite direction. And then swapping legs. Really create nice big circles, extending the range of motion in the hip, and then swapping directions. And then you can bring the knees down, bring them mat distance apart, big toes to touch, and sit the bum towards the heels. Relaxing either the forehead to the floor, or if it's accessible, the chin and the chest into wisdom pose. This should be a nice relaxing resting pose, so just allow the body to relax. Take another 2 deep breaths. On your next inhale, push yourself up and come to sit on your bum. Sit facing the side of the mat, legs wide and straightened out. You will need your strap close by. You can hug the left leg in, foot into the inside of the right thigh. Square your shoulders off. Inhale, reach the arms, and exhale, fold over the right leg. Now, if your hands can't reach your foot, you're welcome to strap the ball of the right foot. Try to keep the spine nice and long and straight, and tuck the chin to create extra length in the back of the neck. This should open the back of the right thigh into the hamstring and even the left side of the lower back. Now, as you come up, keep the foot strapped. Hold both ends of the strap with the opposite hand and slowly open the free hand. I'm just going to turn to show you what it looks like. So my left hand is holding onto the strap, my right arm is facing towards the back, and I'm looking towards my right thumb. Slowly release the stretch, and then cross the right foot over the left leg. Sweep the right hand towards the back. Left arm lifts, and you can either hug or hook the elbow over the right knee and turn towards the right for a twist. Gazing over the right shoulder, pull the right shoulder down the back and find length with every inhale and a twist with every exhale. Slowly exhale to release this stretch, and we'll repeat the same sequence on the other side. I'm just wiggling my foot in and out to release. Left leg extends, right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Twist to square the shoulders off, flex into the left foot, exhale, forward fold. Once again, use the strap if you need it. And nice long spine. Even if you're sitting upright, better to sit more upright with a tall long spine instead of folding forwards with a rounded spine. And once again, slowly coming up, keep the foot strapped, both ends of the strap into the right hand, this time lifting the leg. And I'm just turning to show you the left arm will sweep to the back, and you're looking backwards towards the left thumb. So I don't need the strap, I'm holding it with my hand. You can do that if that's accessible to you. Find a nice long tall spine again, shoulders down the back. Slowly release the left foot across the right knee, foot flat. Left arm sweeps to the back. Inhale, right arm up, hooking or hugging the left knee. Looking over the left shoulder, shoulder pulling down the back. Slowly releasing the stretch. And lie on your back and just hug your knees into your chest. We're going to do lying down pigeon pose. So you can bring your left foot down, cross the right ankle across the left thigh, and hug the left thigh or shin into the chest. Pull the right toes up, flexing into the right foot. You should feel a stretch across the right gluteal area into the hip. Slowly releasing that leg. Left leg stretches out, right knee hugs into the chest. Keep the left leg active. And then open the right knee a little bit to the right armpit. Hugging it down into the right side of the body. And then crossing it over the chest towards the left armpit. So the knee is aiming diagonally across the chest, but we're not really lifting the right hip so much yet. Only now we're lifting and rolling all the way so that we can come into a twist. So the right knee aims to the right or the left side of the floor, and the right arm is reaching up, palm facing up. Easy stretch, easy twist stretch. Slowly rolling onto the back. Give it one more hug. And then slowly swapping legs. So the left leg crosses over the right thigh, hugging the right thigh or shin into the chest for a lying down pigeon pose, or also known as figure 4. Slowly release the stretch, straighten the right leg, hug the left knee, and then open it a little bit further towards the left armpit to the side of the body. And then crossing over the chest towards the right armpit. My hip is lifting from the floor, but we're not in the full twist yet. And then you can release the knee all the way to the right for the twist. Reaching the left arm up, palm facing up, facing either the sky or the left hand. And slowly coming onto my back again. This time grabbing the strap for some hamstring stretches. If you want, you can roll the knees out. The right ball of the foot is being strapped. You can start with your left leg bent, and if you're comfortable, you can straighten it out and pull the right leg wherever you're feeling your hamstring is now stretching, and then just hold the stretch. Relax the rest of the body, especially the face and the shoulders and the jaw. We're going to move into the sciatic stretch. You can bring both ends of the strap into the opposite hand and now twist the foot in the strap. So it's almost like my ankle is popping out to the right and my foot, the sole of my foot, is facing directly towards the left. And I'm simply crossing the midline of my body with my right leg. So it's not in alignment with my right hip, but more in alignment with my left hip. should feel the line down the right side of the leg stretch. One more breath. And then slowly drop the foot all the way to the right. So keep that foot flexed. And if you don't feel a stretch, pull it higher up as you open the right arm towards the right, palm facing up. And try to ground the right shoulder into the floor. Slowly releasing this stretch. We'll move into the opposite side. Right leg extends, left leg or foot gets strapped. And we'll start with a simple hamstring stretch on the left. Making sure the foot is flexed and the rest of the body is relaxed. Except the right leg is also active, foot flexing. Slowly releasing this stretch, moving into the sciatica stretch. So you can see the left leg is crossing the midline of my body and the left ankle is pushing out towards the left as the sole of the foot turns towards the right. And then you should feel that stretch down the left side of the leg. Last breath. And then slowly dropping the left leg all the way to the right. You can simply flex the foot into the strap, so bring it back to the center in terms of the flexion, and then turn to gaze either towards the left arm, palm facing up, or up to the sky. On your next inhale, slowly bring the left leg back to the center. Release the strap. Bring the body and the spine back to the center. Hug the knees. And we're going to set ourselves up for Viparita Karani. So this means the legs are going up the wall. I'm using one block and then the blanket on top. It's a nice thick blanket. I was going to use the cushion, but I realized it's a bit soft. I like the sturdiness of the block and the blanket. And you can roll onto your side as you kneel next to the props with your bum up against the wall. And then just replace yourself or readjust yourself so that your bum is up against the wall, your feet are up against the wall. And you can bring your hands in whatever position is comfortable for you. So my sacrum is now resting onto the block, and the blanket is just making it nice and soft, allowing the blood to flow out of the feet, down the legs, and in the opposite direction in the veins. So it's cleansing the blood this way. Just enjoy this gentle inversion. Last 2 breaths. And then slowly start to bend your knees into the chest. Rolling to your side and slowly push yourself up so you can prepare yourself for Shavasana. I'm going to use this blanket underneath my knees, folding it so it's nice and thick. Whenever there's something under the knees when you're lying on your back, it really softens the curvature in the lower back. So really being very gentle on the spine. You can now adjust yourself comfortably into Shavasana. I like to hug myself, open up the shoulder blades, and then bring the palms to the sides, facing upwards. Allow the feet to drop heavily, as well as relaxing the toes, the fingers, as well as the space between the eyebrows. Allowing the whole body to take rest now. And slowly start to wiggle the toes and the fingers. And gently hug the knees into the chest. Rolling to your right hand side. And slowly come up to sit. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you feel a little bit more liberated and open. Bringing the hands together, bowing our heads in gratitude. Namaste.